Go ahead.
Do this?
Yeah.
Oh.
As the noise gate is on, it's blocking background noise. When you do that, it defeats the purpose. They can't even hear it.
No, I know. I'm
Mm.
doing it to
Mm-hmm.
okay.
That's what
And
Daphne.
for our.
That's what Daphne was trying to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you get that
Yeah.
when she came here?
Yeah. No, but when I do it over like around us, it's just the kind of
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to
Like we can hear it, but they can't. So like when she's watching it all the way from Australia, and other people are watching it, like at least she said it. Like imagine what everybody else is
Yeah, that's true.
just thinking, not saying. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go ahead.
You want me to open the show?
Yeah, cause today is kind of like
I wasn't prepared for this part.
as if like I'm gonna be the guest and you're gonna be the interviewer, or you know what I mean? Like you're kind of like taking over the show
Right.
in a way. Um, so I'm not even gonna do my spill.
Oh,
We're gonna get right into it.
we're gonna get
So
right
go
into
ahead.
people. Okay, so
Yeah.
we are here for this is the season finale of the Discipline Theory podcast with your two hosts, Mr. Il Discipline and Suhei Sotomayor. So the season finale is part one of the book discussion of There's Still Unfinished Business. And this is number 7, right? Of all your books?
Yeah. Yo, the hardcover. They gotta get the hardcover because they have these
The pictures in the
the
front.
pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Does this one have some of the black and white ones? Or no?
I don't think. Oh, yeah. One. This one I had with I think I put this on the cover, like on my
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
also here in color.
Yeah, in the bottom.
You kind of
Mm-hmm.
see it. Um.
I remember the first time you showed me this picture that you did.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you do that? Because that's crazy. All right, so this is your 7th book. And this is the only book that is written in a whole different format. It's written in like a screenplay, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Screenplay slash script.
So what made you decide to switch up the styles like that?
Film. I can say that when I first started the prequel, Stuck Between Two Different Worlds, that's where I was going with it.
And for a script for like a film.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I think let me see. Yeah, because book 4 was, just to jump off topic real quick, was the immortality of this
Mm-hmm.
horror vampire. Um, and then as we got into 5, I thought about that. I thought about film. Even though the horror, yeah, could do film too, but I thought about this being a film because it the prequel has so many things in it.
Mm.
Like you got horror, you got BDSM novel, the third one, Discipline's World, you got the importance of discipline,
Mm-hmm.
second book, self help, and you got the first one, education and some stories. As we're getting into the Stuck Between Two Different Worlds book series, this is the trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what I saw. Like from there, I was like, all right, I
That
want to
was your
see.
goal.
Yeah,
Nice.
as the theme, the genre is like drama, romance, psychological thriller.
Mm-hmm.
You
Man,
know,
this book has oh my lord. Did you find it challenging writing in script style? Or what was the other word you said?
or screenplay.
Screenplay?
You said screenplay
And
first,
you
then I
said
said
script.
script. Yeah,
Yeah. Did you find that part challenging?
yeah. I didn't know how to do that.
Really?
So
You can't tell by
um
reading it.
yeah.
It's really good.
So what I did was I went to Barnes and Noble, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a screenplay for dummies.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was there. You know how you could kind of sit by the
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks and read. So I was there reading I think it was two. I had two books with me: Screenplay for Dummies and Script for Dummies. And I'm reading them. I used to go on my days off,
Mm-hmm.
and I would spend 5 hours there. I would order coffee or whatever it is, or I would bring food with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have to pay. Save money. And it's cool. It's a cool environment. Um, cause they're not gonna kick you out or whatever. Like you could take the
Right.
books and sit back or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So I brought my notebooks with me. As I'm reading, I'm writing notes down. So you know how my memory is. I'm like
Yeah.
a computer. Like
Mm-hmm.
I could
Amazing.
scan things. I have a great eidetic memory. So I'm scanning it with my eyes, writing notes down. So I'm learning to visually see how it's done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what does the acronym INT mean? Interior. What does the acronym EXT mean? Exterior. So that means before you start a scene on the top left, exterior dot, that means you're gonna be outside. So then,
Mm.
for example, if you see in there, there are certain instances in the literary content. It might be New York dash afternoon dash cafe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole setting. So
Right.
it's outside, then it's the setting, and then now comes the body. So Dom, blah 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 words, or maybe Dulce, or he's spoken to his wife Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
or Jefe, then boom boom boom. So I saw how they were doing it, and I just memory and notes. I was just learning. So it wasn't the like I was there for the whole day and I learned in one day. I
I was
would
gonna ask
go
you.
there like now I make my own schedule, but at the time this was like 2020 late 2019 I
Mm.
was writing it, early 2020 because the book dropped 2020 July, I believe, right. I
This
think
isn't here.
inside has the published, but I don't want to cheat and then look. I just want to challenge myself and go from memory. So it should, I think
Where it says
2020.
copyright?
Yeah.
2020.
Publish. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
July
2020.
2020.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, late 2026. Cause the book prior, the sequel dropped March 14th, 2019.
Mm.
So at that moment, that book was already, so 2019. I was ready writing the next one to drop the following year. Like that was my goal.
Mm.
I was like I said, now I make my own schedule. But before I didn't. So most of the time, minimum I would have like 2 days off.
Right.
2 days off, maybe one. Right. So within those 2 days off, for the time being, because I had that goal, those 2 days off for whatever time it was, whether it was 3 months, whether it was 2 months, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Right. 4 months, for those months consistently, whether it was 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, consistently, those 2 days or one day that I had off, I made it my business to go there.
You were there all day.
So it was like get up in the morning, stretch, pray, write in my journal the year of growth journal, eat breakfast, go to the gym, and then okay, I'm allocating the rest of my day for Barnes and Noble.
Wow, that's
You know what I'm saying? And
dedication.
that's how it was on my days off. It was a routine like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a dominant. So I
Yeah.
go with routines and patterns, and when that's off, I'm off. And you know what I'm saying? So I always have a routine every day when I wake up, I do the same thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when that's off, I'm off and I gotta get myself back on track. So I gotta do things to get it back on track because I work off balance.
Right.
So now you know for whatever time though it was, months, whatever it was, right?
That's what you would do.
Consistently, I was there learning that.
So this book, from the beginning,
and put my own style on it.
and
You
it's
know?
an excellent style. You have like jaw-dropping moments, but from the beginning. Was it hard to, keep coming up with all those different scenarios?
No, because my mind, right? I knew it's the trilogy,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's 3 books in this series. So I know this is the trilogy. Continue from the last book because there was a cliffhanger from there.
Mm-hmm. No, no, yeah, I know that, and I know that with your books, you like to where the last book left off is where you pick up with the uh books coming after that.
Hmm.
Um, but what I'm saying is from the beginning, like you have, it's like boom, one thing that you're like, what happened? And then you read a little bit more, and it's another like, holy crap! Throughout the book, it's like that. Did you have a hard time like coming up with those type of like scenarios that you place the characters in?
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, like from the beginning, it leaves from when the last book leaves off, you pick up here with Dom, Sophia, and Estrella,
Ho-
in there
Hold
and
that thought. Spoilers. Make sure y'all read the book. Before this, go back, pause, go back, and read it, then come back.
I'm
Whether it's
gonna
in a
try
day from
not
now
to,
or whatever.
but it's some parts are gonna come out. So this one starts off where the other one ends, and it's Dom, Sophia, and Estrella in bed together. Um, but you know, just in the first chapter, they get taken. All
The
three of them, and
first
you're like,
part.
what?
They
What?
get taken.
Separately.
They get taken. Like kidnapped?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're like, what? What? Because it doesn't, it's very, they're going along their day, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden,
No, you're wrong.
what do you mean?
They don't get taken in the first chapter. And there's not
I
there's
think it's
not
hard for me to
chapters.
even. That's what I'm.
There's not chapters. So this is what
So it's
happened.
just one consistent?
This is what happens. This is what happens. You want me to tell you what happened? Because you read the book, right?
Yeah, I'm reading it.
But I wrote it. Let me tell you what happens, and then you can correct me. Cause I'm not gonna open it up.
Okay.
You gonna open it and investigate. This is what happens. Dom, Sophia, and Astadia are in bed. They're celebrating. Champagne is around. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay. Champagne coming around. Like I said, there's gonna be spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. Champagne is around. They're celebrating. The prior book, they had the Gambino, the Italian
Yeah.
mafia issue. That was taken care of. I don't want to spoil that. Let them read the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Strong bonds never break. So that was taken care of. They think they're out of the woodwork, right? It's time
Mm-hmm.
to celebrate. Now, as that is occurring, Estella's asking them something, and this might not be clear to me. Estella's asking them something, and Dom says to Sophia, yeah, remember back in the day. So now I bring it with the screenplay of a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
So now they go in a flashback of when Dom and Sophia are in the sports car driving, and I don't want
Yes.
to ruin that part. Let them
Mm-hmm.
read it. So then that flashback now, how do they get out of that situation is by implementing a childhood tactic of how they argue. That's how they got out of
Yes.
that situation. So now it's present. So from the present time, the phone rings. Am I right or
Mm-hmm.
wrong?
Yes, you're right. Yep.
So the phone rings and if I'm not mistaken, did Estrella pick it up and she said it's for you, Dom?
No, he picks
Okay,
up.
so he picks up. And on the other line, there's a Russian. So that Russian is, speaking in his language and he's like, what language is that? Blah blah blah. And then just briefing, running through it, let them read it. And he says, it's not over. Like, because just because this situation happened, and Dom is surprised because he's like, how do you know that guy, Gambino?
Mm.
And then he says, you owe me. And Dom says, you don't want me owing you.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
else
true.
said that before, and that didn't turn out well for them. You don't want me owing you. So then now the Russian gets mad Dom doesn't know who this Russian is.
Mhm.
He's the head guy. So now he gets upset and he's calling him, um, derogatory terms
Mhm.
in, most of them races, whatever it is. I make it real, right? Same thing with Italians. Um, so he's going in on him. Dom's calm, and the guy is upset, and he says, Dom just arrogantly is just like, no, like it's over. It's a wrap, and he hangs up on him. And I don't really know the dialogue, and like I would have to reread it to refresh, but that's kind of like how it went, but it ended with Dom just taking the dominant approach and hanging up,
Yes.
which was the mistake because now there's action,
Mhm.
and I don't want to give that away. So with that happening, that's why I'm saying they don't get taken
No,
like a
no,
lot.
no, no, no. Yes, yes. You're right because I skipped that part. Like I said, it's filled from the beginning with dropping like action scenes. So that
Oh,
this
that what you
that
meant?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So I did skip over this one, which off
okay.
rip because right after that is what you said. The action happens and all that. But then right after that, because they're getting ready to, go on lockdown, have the kids, safe and what all that and all that stuff. While they're each of them, all three of them are handling their business, that's when now they get taken. And
Separately.
separately. And the next scene is they're, waking up next to each other and he's like, how the hell did you get here? What happened? What? And you're like, what? As you're reading the book, you're like, what is going on?
And this is where I was waiting for us to get to this book because I mentioned in the last season of Strong Bonds of a Break that book discussion
Mm-hmm.
of when I said that we saw a side of Estrella where a lot of readers were like, well, she's like very submissive. Like it's not real almost. It because everybody has like a dark side, or
Mm-hmm.
everybody has a moment where they don't have a good day, and and they lash out or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was saying, well, yeah, she has a different side. Because remember, I went on an interview, and the girls were
Mm-hmm.
asking that. I think it was Music Vibes 2019. Um, a couple of so evening experience. It
Mm-hmm.
was a couple. Um, could have been 103.9 FM radio
Yeah.
show. Um, so they were asking that, right? I don't remember whom. Um, and I said then, and I said in that last season of, well, we saw a side of her that was like a mean streak. So she is kind of like Sophia, but we don't see that because a lot of the interactions are with Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's his sub. So she don't bring that boss energy with him.
Mm-hmm.
So every like you're right. They all get taken at different scenes, and that's when we see her be that bitch
Yes.
to those guys
Mm-hmm.
that are taking her. Everybody gets tossed in a van,
Mm-hmm.
separate vans at
Yes.
separate times. So they get her at the hospital. They get Sophia at, I think, her salon.
Mm-hmm.
They get Dom. I think when he Ubers from a business trip. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I think when he comes back from seeing Pablo.
um, um,
How can you forget
Pablo,
Pablo?
the
He's a
casino,
funny.
the casino.
He's
So
funny.
so this is Sophia's cousin that he
Yes.
hired to run one of his casinos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I
Hmm.
want to ask. I have some questions. We've discussed in previous episodes that you
Hold
fashioned the.
hold on. So that scene when they're all sitting next to each other, the bags get taken
Mm-hmm.
off their head. That is when Hefe's introduced.
Yes, and
Okay. and
Somebody else.
Dulce,
Mm-hmm.
but she doesn't enter until later that scene. But he's the first person that.
Yes. So we've discussed in previous episodes that you fashioned the main character, Dom, after kind of after you. You guys have some similarities, right?
Mm,
And how you've had certain women in your life
not
be,
his life. Not
no,
his
like his
life. I want to make
character,
that
his
clear
character.
to the universe. Universe hear everything. Cause I've been listen. After I wrote this book, I met kind of
Those characters.
women that was like that. I met names like that. I met a Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
two Sophias after I written those books.
Even a Hefe you've met.
Even a heifer, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy. You like manifested certain parts of the book.
yeah, but not the scenes
Right.
for sure.
No. So you fashioned him after the character, at least after some of yours, and how you've had certain women in your life be the inspiration for some of the females. Is it the same with the characters for the male characters as well? Like, do you
um,
have certain, like when you created Pablo, he's funny. He's a funny character. How did you come up with him?
hmm, hmm,
Because I know you said you drew from experience from some of the women that you've had in your life
hmm.
to bring the female
You
characters.
know, there used to be this guy that I used to roll with. He's a lawyer now, but I
Mm,
was rolling with him before he came up. You know, when he would bring his brother out, I would pay for admission when we
mm,
was going to the club or whatever, and he used to be like, "Damn, like why are you doing that or whatever?" I'm like, "Yo, it ain't no thing. Like we all out together. We're not keeping score." When we used to buy bottles, I would buy the bottles, and he would be like, "Damn, I don't got no bread to give you." He would just give me 20. Once he started to, like, I went like he had a graduation party, took a trip down in Miami to celebrate it during Haitian Flag Day. I never forget. We ended up falling apart because, well, he lives in Miami now. I hope he's doing well because he owns his establishment now. He's a
oh
lawyer and
wow.
he has a firm and stuff, so he's doing good. I don't want to mention his name. I don't do names. Um, um, but unless we calling out celebrities. But and the way we fell out was because he invited me to one of his birthday parties in meat packing industry in the city. And he had bottles and stuff. He was in VIP. And he knew the manager. Not the owner, he knew the manager, so he was able to get good deals and whatever. So I went there at the time I was dating Dominicana, um the one I used to talk about that gave me the most problems or whatever.
Hmm.
Um at the time I was dating, and he knew her, he met her. Even before that, like, so he met her. Um so I showed up with her, because at the time I was dating her.
Hmm.
Um and we went to show support. And this is one of the falling out. I said to him, "Yo, we've been doing this shit for years. We fucked up Long Island. We fucked up the city. We've been in different states doing all these things, bottles, knowing owners. We've done this already. It's time for us to own this shit. We should sit in the skybox and watch people come into the establishment
Mm,
that we own and pay, not paying money to be in VIP. That's bottom now. We've done that.
mm,
There's a level, you know what I'm saying? Not staying on the same level." And he was like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 yeah." And then he went back to partying. So I knew, like, he's not trying to hear what I'm trying to say.
mm,
We're on two different paths. And he just wanted to party all the time. Like every single time it's time to, like, every month. Oh, like, yo, let's go to Vegas, let's go to Cancun. And I know this nigga's gonna go to the club every day.
mm,
So he's gonna be like, he's gonna want me to help him and shit like that. And at the time, 2015 or 2016, I was like, I had to tell him, "Bro, I'm not rich like you." And this
mm,
dude never worked. So I didn't ask him where he got his money from. You know what I'm saying? But he always had bread. He was trying to aspire to be a. I was the working guy, so I was like joking around with him, like, "Yo, I can't hang out with you like this no more, cause I'm not rich like you."
Mm.
Throwing that little whatever, and he took that personal. We fell
Oh.
out. So then we rekindled 2017. That's when, the Dominicana. Um, this was the last time of the encounter of the meat packing. This was 2017. So now, um, so now the situation happened where he comes to me later that night. Now, mind you, there's Brooklyn niggas with him and whatever, 'cause that's where he's from, right? He's bringing them dudes from the hood or whatever it is, and he comes to me like, "Yo, can you help me spot for the table?" Why? Like, and the thing is, I already came by telling him I wasn't gonna drink because I'm not a freeloader like that. You know me from, what I'm saying, even from shows. I always
Mm-hmm.
say like family go out. I'm the first one to take out my pocket. Yo, my team took me out for my birthday. Like, I was still trying to take out my wallet. The girls and the guys was like, no, 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 no,
Oh,
because
that's
it's just
nice.
instinct.
Yeah.
So, so me, I was like, nah, like this is his thing. I just wanted to come in, show support, blah blah. So I wasn't drinking. So I told my girl like, yo, if you wanna drink or whatever, I guess. And she was like, nah, if you're not drinking, I'm not, I'm not gonna drink or whatever. She felt uncomfortable because the other girls that was there was dressed provocatively. And she don't. You remember how I talked about this Dominicana?
Yeah.
She was like fighting submission and whatever it is, but she was also a little bit submissive too, in certain circumstances. But she was uncomfortable because the girls were just provocative. She felt like she was overdressed, and the guys was like looking at her a lot. So
Mm.
she didn't like. She was sticking close by me, like she didn't
Yeah.
want to. If she wanted to go to the bathroom, oh, can you bring me to the bathroom? Because she just wasn't comfortable there. She was just there for me. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So he comes to me asking me help, and I'm like, yo, none of these niggas want to even give you $20. He's like, nah, whatever. So I went to the ATM, grabbed him $100, and I gave it to him. Happy birthday. And after that, I was like, "Yo, we out." Like, and I told the Dominicana, I was like, "Yo, we out." So we left. So when we were driving, she was like, "Oh, why you leave? That's supposed to be your friend or whatever." And I told her everything, and she
Mm.
understood. But um he's the type of guy, so I know I talk a lot, but I'm getting to the point. He's the type of guy that I fashion Paulo around because he's the type of dude that would leave work early for pussy. He always like he always put pussy as priority over a lot of other things,
Mm.
which that's one of the reasons why I had to like leave him. And this guy already had a girl of 6 years, and I'm not saying anything wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Dude cheating or whatever. I'm not gonna judge him. I'm not saying I've been saying dudes are poly by nature since
Mm-hmm.
season one. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bagging on that. One thing I do tell dudes to do is be honest. You know what I'm saying? Especially with your girl or whatever. If you're gonna do that, like at least be honest.
Definitely. Yeah.
But you know, it's a situation where when a dude is doing that, you know, it's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I had a lot of connections back in the days when I was in that life. I had bottle girls that would do me favors. Bottle girls that like, yo, we not staying online. Owners I knew, bouncers I knew, we're not staying online. He goes to this club with his friends that I'm not there because I'm working, and there's this bottle girl that's working there and he has to pay. So because he was entitled, he's like, "Yo, like we never do this and we never wait online." So that girl was trying to get him like a discount
Mm-hmm.
off the admission. It's like, "Yo, you got to pay something because there's a famous DJ in there and
Oh
he got
wow.
to get paid." So he yells out, "Oh, it's because you and I'm not gonna say my real name." You know what I'm saying? I always say that's something you gotta earn.
Mm.
You and E are fucking. That's why. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
my
the
goodness.
thing is, like, which I never touched her. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, and I never like lie on my dick.
Right.
Pause. So the thing is, we're gonna get back in the book because
Mm.
I got stories for days, and we could leave over tangent and stuff like that. I don't want to do that. But she ends up calling me and texting me about what happened. He never did.
He never told you what happened?
We went to the club. Like after that, we went to the club. We didn't get in. Da da da. The person that was there was being this. He didn't mention his part. He was a little inebriated, right? He didn't mention his part. So she's saying, like, oh, why you telling him all this stuff? So now I'm like losing trust off her because she thinks that like lied and said I hit.
Oh.
And I'm like, and I had told her, yo, I never did that. So now she's yelling and getting aggressive. And I'm like, yo, you want to tone it down. Remember who you're talking to. If I said it, you should take that as value that it wasn't done. If I said I did it, then I did it. If I said I didn't, you should trust that too.
Right.
So I told her, I was like, I never told them we did anything. And if we did do anything, I wouldn't have told him.
Right.
So that's something that he just assumed because if you think about it, most people will assume if this person is looking out for you, you must have hit.
Right.
They're just gonna assume.
There's a
But
connection or
yeah,
something.
but women have been like this with me for my whole life. And I got women that submit to me, help me out, do certain things or whatever it is, and I never touch them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's just common for that to happen
To
for
you,
me.
right.
So he's assuming because remember, with my friends, I was always private. They
Mm.
was always indulging to me. They was always using me as a shoulder to lean on and cry on. Never them. I was
Right.
always the alpha in my group of guys.
Mm.
Till this very day. Still. They were the ones that would ask me relationship advice. Never the other way around. So sometimes when people don't think you're a mystery, they gotta make shit up because it would drive them crazy to not know. This
Mm.
person's been riding with me for years and I don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
So so in that regard, like I had to check them. That was the end of the straw.
Oh,
So,
that was the very last time?
no, for the breakout.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Severing ties. So you know, in that situation with the bottle, girl, like there was never like we were always cordial, but it was never the same.
Oh,
You
really?
know what I'm saying? So she would still look out, you know what I'm saying? If we would go to those spots, not with him, like with my other boys. Um, but it was never the same. Like it would be like, all right, you got free admission, but you ain't getting free drinks.
Oh.
Like it
Whereas
was
before you would.
Yeah, it was never the same.
Damn, he messed it
Bec-
up for you.
because it was like, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but then for him to say that, that's supposed to be your boy, you roll with him. So I kind of believe, I kind of don't. 50-50. Maybe that's what was going through my mind.
Oh,
So
I got
in regards to that, even if I did hit and I told you, that's not something you blab out. That's beta male shit.
you. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a violation of confidence within boys, bro code shit. That's some shit women do when they get mad because you're emotional.
What they throw
Like a little
come back.
baby that don't get what he wants or she wants.
Mm.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
So, didn't grow up with his father is what it was. Like I was teaching him the manly way, being around me.
Mm.
So, you know, he was the type of person I fashioned that character around. Because if you see Sophia's cousin Pablo, or
Pablo.
Pablo, like Pablo Escobar,
Yes.
that's the name I got too. Because I was figuring out how am I gonna figure out this person's name or whatever. It's like, oh, Pablo Escobar came to me, so I put Pablo. Pablo got hired from based off nepotism, right? But at the same time, um, you know, Dom's, holds him accountable.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand the scene. There's a scene where, spoiler
Funny.
spoiler alert,
Funny scene.
he's fucking like a I don't know, stewardess or something in his office,
I don't think you say what
Mention
she
what she
is,
is.
but
Okay.
yeah.
In his office, so she's wearing a skirt, so easy access,
Mm-hmm.
right? Bent over he's doing his thing. The guards are outside, and one of them approaches and says, knocks on the door. Hey, sorry, boss, but Dominic Jean is here.
Mm-hmm.
Dominic Lorenzo Jean. Lorenzo is his middle name, but Dominic Jean is here to see you. Pulls up his pants quick, bitch. You gotta go.
No, not even. He had to knock twice. He knocked because Dom told him, "Go get him. I need to talk to him."
Oh, okay.
He knocked, and then he said, "Get out of here! Shut up! Leave me alone. I'm busy." And then
Mm,
they leaned in. The
to
one guy
hear.
leaned in, and he heard everything, and he told the other one to lean in.
They're
And then,
laughing. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and then he did it again, and that's when he goes, he goes, "Do you got to come out here?" He doesn't look too happy.
Uh,
That's when he goes, "You gotta get out of here, bitch."
yeah,
And
yeah,
she was like, "What?
yeah.
Fuck you."
Yes, yes, there
And
you
what's
go.
funny is you make him be like, "How mad is he? Can you tell?" Like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
part was
yeah. Yeah.
funny.
I think there was a scene like, yeah, you gotta go, bitch, and then, oh damn, fuck you, yeah, call me,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
He says, "Call me."
yes, yeah, how mad is he?
Funny.
How mad is he?
Funny.
Um, and yeah, so Dom is threatening his job
Yeah.
because Dom already knows what he was doing.
Mhm.
And I think he says, what's wrong with you? Like, like it's not good business to shit where you eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doing that, losing track of everything you got to do, whatever. I got you running this place. You know, if if you weren't for my wife's cousin, blah 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 blah, worse things would happen.
Mm.
Not just you losing your job. So kind of threatens his job. Get on your job. Um, and be in, or I'll look for someone else or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So you get on it. And that was a scene, and then
Funny scene. You also bring back Sandra in this book also.
Sandra.
Sandra.
Mm.
And so, that brings me to my next question. There are a couple, two very peculiar
Mm.
scenes for me that were very emotional. How were you able to write those?
What scene? I want to give them more context.
Okay, so the first one
Try not to give too much away.
has to do with Lisa.
Okay, I knew that one. Um,
And
and
then
then
later on in the book, it has to do with Sandra.
so how did I do that? Well, first,
Gut
why?
wrenching. Gut wrenching.
First, why? So why did I do it? Because I felt like how can I say this without giving too much away? In order for something great to happen, that had to be a situation that happened to be taken away to make something stronger.
Mm-hmm.
If that situation never happened, then maybe things don't grow.
Mm-hmm.
So
Damn.
that's why I did it. Now, how did I do it? So give me more context. Like what
Like,
you mean like how?
did you
Like,
did you like take from personal experience to create those
oh, okay.
specific emotions?
Okay. Um mm, no. Mm-mm.
Wow. So you just went with just your imagination and your creativity for that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew that Sophia would okay, I gotta give something.
Okay.
I knew that Sophia, it would affect her more
Yeah.
than everybody else. And this goes back to the why too. Strange bedfellows. You've heard that term?
Yes.
So if people don't know what that means, it means like oftentimes you'll get like frenemies. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So sometimes the Strange Bedfellows is like, damn, you saw The Breakfast Club, 1985, the film,
The movie?
the movie.
Love it.
Yeah, all those different,
Characters.
all those different personalities.
Yeah.
That's like Strange Bedfellows. What did they end
Ah.
up doing? They ended up bonding together, right? So nobody would get in trouble because they were all in the same situation. So they
Ah.
duped the principal, but going in there, they hated each other.
Yeah.
Strange Bedfellows. So in this situation with Lisa, I did that so that it would create.
Strange
So
Bedfellows?
yes, so we all gotta have one goal. If
Mm-hmm.
we have one goal, it's gonna be so strong, and that will allow us to achieve that goal,
Mm-hmm.
right? So now, with that situation happening, it had to get her to a point where now she's like, I'm on board, Dom,
Mm.
because he was already feeling a way about a situation. Now, everybody else wasn't on the same page. So they were just riding with him because it's like, all right, this is what we're going to do. But
Right.
now putting them in a situation where they could feel it too, now they're like, all right, I'm on board. What we
Right.
got to do.
Right. Because now
Because
they have
now,
something to lose
now their
also.
drive is like his drive because
Mm-hmm.
now they have a motivation,
Yeah.
so that's why I did that. So it was too wise. And then how to really dive into that. It's yeah, like I had to just sit for a moment and be like, how can I make this character feel it? Because this character
She
doesn't
felt it,
show a
man.
lot of um sensitivity. This
Mm-hmm.
character doesn't show a lot of, well, she does show a lot of emotion, but
She's more like,
vulnerability.
yes. She doesn't show that.
And
Yep.
I wanted that because that vulnerability was going to drive her to be like, not just get on board. I gotta get on board and we gotta make sure we metaphorically hit and don't miss.
Mm-hmm.
Because if there's no motivation, I'm getting on board and it's just like, all right, whatever, la da da da
Right.
da da. You want me to do this, whatever, we gotta do it. So there'll be fuck ups. And
Mm-hmm.
there'll be fuck ups and there won't be no accountability. Now that there's something that's driving that, now it's like, now I'm on board with you and now it's gonna be perfect.
Mm.
As far as if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm present.
Right.
Like it's not just
Even more so.
yeah.
Like now she has a purpose. Yeah. Um, it was to have to see that character take such a hit.
You know what?
It's so like you reading it and you feel for her, and not only that, but the way you make Estrella be there. You know what I'm saying?
You know what thing too is? Lisa's the least favorite character of mine.
No, really.
I've said this
She's
before,
super
right?
modern.
Yeah. The feminist, whorish, I could say, who kind of gets Sophia to want to be that flamboyant and stuff. That's her best friend.
Yeah.
Um, and you know, obviously Dom and her don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
Her character, I didn't like, as the dominant. The writer, she's funny
Yeah,
to
she's
me,
fun.
you know, but for me to have that in that type of context, right? Um, for creating her, you know, when I took her out, it wasn't it wasn't a situation like, oh wow, like now I'm taking out my least favorite character. It wasn't a situation like that. That because the irony about me not liking that character I created in Lisa, it was hard to take her out
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of giving. y-
But then,
Yeah,
but even with that scene, like because in other books you've described her in the club and dancing and just letting loose and stuff like that, and so leading up to that, she met other guys and danced with them. So her meeting that stranger in that specific restaurant, and then when you narrate, oh, he had a specific accent, you're like, no, oh no, like you kind of, it's almost with foreshadowing
yeah, mm,
until you actually like read, like
yeah,
go in depth, and you're like,
yeah,
why did he go
yeah.
so crazy?
So yeah,
Holy Jesus.
so that character, it was a hard scene for me.
Mm,
I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was when I was writing it and then reading it back, I don't cry often. Last time I cried was 2020. My grandfather passed away the week of his birthday, April 14th. His birthday is April 18th. He was gonna
mm,
be 101. Um, that's 5 years ago. So I'm not like a sensitive person.
mm.
Um, but in that scene, I felt it.
Yeah,
Like if I was a woman, I would have cried.
I cried.
So I felt it. It was gut wrenching.
Mm-hmm.
It was heart dropping.
Mm-hmm.
When I felt it, and how I describe how they seen how it was seen.
Yeah.
But like when I did it, it was almost as if like when you're saying to somebody like, man, they don't deserve that. Like I
Yeah.
felt that, but I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? It's gonna be good.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be good because of what will turn out
Mm-hmm.
from it.
Right.
It was hard, but as I was reading it like I felt all these emotions, I was like, I looked back and I was, oh, this is fucking good. Because if
Yeah.
I feel this way and I'm the administrator, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm the writer. I'm the one
Right.
producing this.
Right.
Imagine how the readers are gonna
It's
feel.
See, I don't have to imagine because I'm a reader and I read it and I'm telling you, it was sad. Even that scene, um, and just how she reacted towards it, Sophia. You know what I mean? Like to have the disbelief, because that is such a real
Common thing.
emotion.
Yeah.
Is not, I don't, that's your line. You're
Like denial.
yeah,
Denial.
that broke me reading that. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
And also because of the type of character that you made her. She's strong, she's hard headed, she tells you she's not scared. Or at least if she is, she never shows it.
Estrella knew before because she works you know in a field, so they could read the book and find out what she does, but she works in a field, so she knew of all the signs. She went to go get him and was like, I think you know you should be with her and blah blah blah. And the
Mm-hmm.
thing I loved is no matter how people could say about Dom, like, oh, he's an asshole, maybe he's an asshole to her, he tried to shield her from that.
Yeah.
Nah, nah, nah. Ain't none here. Like, yo, what? Move.
Yeah.
So that was a scene I loved. But then after that, what he did was he was like, use it. And then he
Mm.
raised his voice a little bit, use it. And then for the third time, reiterated, use it. And meaning, use that as motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, also let it out.
Yeah.
Let it out. Like, cry,
Mm-hmm.
scream, and then use that as drive. And when she did that, he smirked because
Mm.
he knew. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a sad situation. Maybe even for the character Dominic, even though they don't like each other or whatever. But in that moment when he's like, use it, and she just releases, he smirked because now he knows
It's on
it's
now.
on.
But also,
There,
like how
the,
he. Go ahead.
hold that thought. Also, there's a scene where she's doing something that's kind of insane. You know what I mean? Without giving anything away.
No. Oh
So
yes. Yeah, that's
the
what was so
people that are hearing
heartbreaking.
can't see what my gesture was,
Yeah.
but that was kind of like a
Yeah.
little insane in denial and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me was just like you said. I felt the same thing. Of that was the metaphorically nailing the coffin
Yeah.
for as far as the gut wrenching, the emotion, because it was like, damn, like it's not even registering
No.
yet. Like
No.
it's, you know what I'm
And
saying?
also
Like,
her talking,
mm-hmm.
the things that she was saying.
Yep.
But what I was gonna say in regards to that, how you said, and he was trying to shield her, like this is how you know how much he cares for her. He was trying to shield her from it, and even when he saw how she was behaving, he went and he got Estrella to come and help her and comfort her. Is
Mm,
that too much?
forget about that.
Is
It's fun.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like even then you even see him like that bond starting to form you know what I'm saying? That's the beginning of that bond being formed in such a way.
Yeah.
So, my goodness. And then it just further down the line in the book it's like what's happening with what's wrong with this with you with this writing? You crazy man. Do you have a favorite chapter, scene, character or part of this book?
No.
No?
No.
Mm,
This is not my favorite book in the book series.
that was
I
my next
said
question.
it was the prequel, Stuck Between Two Different Worlds. This third book, um, I love them equally, but it's not my favorite. That doesn't make sense, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? Um, in this last book, from the beginning to the end, every scene I love. I can't, even if I can't say that in Stuck Between Two Different Worlds, it's still my favorite out of all three. You know
Is
what I'm
it
saying?
is it your favorite out of all your books or just of the series?
No, just of the series.
Mm. Interesting.
So I don't have a favorite scene. Um, I've even met an Alexis. Alexis, I've met a Alexis
She's another
character.
character.
Like I've met them in real life. A woman like that in real life. Weird.
That one
She helped
also.
me out too.
But that one also, that character, you don't see it coming what she does also. Because the whole
Hmm.
time you're like, oh, all right, because she's helping him out, she's telling him things and stuff.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden you're like, where did that happen from?
Yeah, and like the crazy thing about it is the certain alliances that are formed, certain alliances that are broken, you wouldn't believe to have formed or broken. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dulce is the lieutenant in Jefe, her father's cartel,
Mm-hmm.
right? You wouldn't think what would happen.
No, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't know. And then situations with like Dom now being indebted to Jefe.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then him going to do what he didn't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has no choice now.
And even Sophia, because when she's introduced, right, is when they got snatched, all three of them. And when she comes in, she instantly looks at her and then looks at him. Sophia
Sophia.
looks at Dulce and then looks at
Uh,
Dom. Because when Dulce came in, she came, said something to Hefe, and then he caught her attention.
when a woman is like, when a woman is looking for her man to cheat, she pays attention to everything.
Mm. But it's even crazier what she tells him when they get home. And because
they're not home yet.
him,
They're in the Uber.
yeah, right, and
In the
even
Uber.
Estrella and him, they're like, what?
Mind you, Hefe lets them go
Mm-hmm.
because a deal is made.
Yeah.
Right? Don makes a deal with him. That's the only way they get out of there alive.
Mm-hmm.
So now when they're gone, right? Remember, their cell phones were tossed. No, my bad.
No,
They
he
took
does it.
them. They took them.
Mm-hmm.
They took all their belongings. Then they gave it back.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have no ride. What they gotta do? So they call an Uber. So
Yep.
all three of them are in the Uber. And Dom is assessing the situation. While the girls are frantic, he's just calm, just thinking about, well, why did this
Yep.
happen? And how did this happen here? And da 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 da. And who would it, and why did we get snatched? And blah blah blah. And why
And
did I
who
make
did
this?
it?
So
Yeah.
he's thinking about all these things. Well, all the time, ladies, give me your cell phone. Estella right away. Sophia, nah, like what? Grabs it. Said
Mm-hmm.
now. Boom. What? Out the
Mm-hmm.
window. What? Well, how you know they don't got something on there?
Mm-hmm.
Who says I'll see you soon? Guaranteed that.
Yeah.
Hefe says I'll see you soon. How?
Yep.
How? Dom brings that to their attention. See, paying attention to every little detail,
Yep.
calculating, methodical. So
Definitely.
that's things the ladies didn't pick up on.
Nope.
So then that is when Sophia tells him that, yo, I saw her looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
She's the key to.
Yep. And she tells him, if
And
you
no,
haven't, then do
he's like,
this.
wait a minute. She don't like me.
Yeah.
Listen, I know what I saw.
Mm-hmm. And that's without her, being privy to the fact that when Dulce, told Jefe whatever she told him, and he said, "Okay, the ladies get over there. He goes with you." And it's in that scene where she's like, you were staring at me. Is it because you don't remember where you met me from?" And he has his back to her, and when she's like replaying everything, he's like, "What?" Like his mouth was open, but when he turned around, it was like he didn't. I don't care what you're saying. He had to
Yeah, I
maintain that
mentioned. Yeah,
suaveness.
I mentioned Dulce is not a new character.
Mm-hmm.
She was in stuck between two different worlds, but
Yes.
you would never know because it's just a regular type of scene environment. It's just him and her,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they gotta go back and read
But
it.
when she's saying it, if you read the book,
May-
previously, you're like, "Oh yeah, I
Maybe,
remember that
maybe,
scene."
yeah, maybe her hairstyle was different.
Mhm.
Cause sometimes people, even if they have an eidetic memory, if somebody was wearing glasses, eyeglasses, if somebody was wearing shades,
Mhm.
if somebody had a different hair color, different hairstyle,
Mhm.
it might.
Different clothes.
Yeah, they you can't distinguish them.
Mhm.
You wait a minute, you
Yeah,
got.
you're like, "Wait I get that a
Yeah,
lot from being in the hospital in scrubs and stuff."
yeah,
And people like
yeah.
outside of that,
Hmm.
norm, you're like, "Know them from somewhere."
Yeah, so that could have been a situation in there, and then I love the scene where they do take Dom separately, um, because she wants to him them the girls go over there, him over there with me,
Mhm.
and it's okay. You can uncuff him.
Yeah.
This is a scene I love, and leave. What?
Mhm.
Jefa, ¿qué te pasa?
Mhm.
Dame segundo. Todo bien. And then when he leaves, that's when oh, you don't
Yeah.
remember me?
Well, she
And
also says, "He won't hurt me."
yes, he's
Mhm.
harmless. He's
Mhm.
harmless is exactly what she says. Not he won't hurt me.
He says he won't. She
She
says
said
that
that?
also. Yeah.
I'll have to read it. Then if I'm right, I'll correct you when. Oh,
Uh,
you locked it
oh
down? Okay.
yeah.
I thought she said
Yeah.
he's homeless. But I love this scene because you know, she reminds him where they met, right? And they can read the book and find out. And
Mhm.
he like, oh wow, like your hairstyle, maybe he did mention that was different. Why didn't you tell me you were like in this?
Mhm.
And she's like, well, are
Mhm.
you the feds or something? Like how I know you're not the feds?
Yeah, she said that.
So then there is a situation where she got riled up though, because he said something to her, and oh, so these men they listen to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's like, oh yeah, these men listen to me. I'm in charge. And then like he walks steadily, circling around her, and stops in his tracks directly behind
Behind
her.
her. Yeah, I like that scene too.
He wouldn't harm me. Okay, you got it. Um,
I mean, thank you.
so so he walks directly behind her, stops in his tracks, and he grabs a fistful of her hair, tugs down, so now her head is bent back, staring into the ceiling, and he leans in closer, says softly but forceful in towards her earlobe, "Do you feel in charge?" So she says, "These men listen to me. I'm in charge." So he said something to rile her up.
Mm-hmm.
Then he walks, closes it. "Do you feel in charge?" Bites on her bottom lip, but she can't see. Obviously, she's turned on,
Yeah.
but he can't see that. But I love that scene. It's like
Yeah,
you're
so
in
sweet.
charge, but do you feel in charge? That's two different things.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And it's
So
also a great scene because there's not a lot of this is probably one of the books that has the least amount of sex scenes in it.
yeah,
It's
purposely
very,
done.
yeah, it's very action packed.
Purposely done so people focus on the story.
Mm-hmm. So
You
that's a
know what I'm
really
saying?
good scene, that part that you,
Especially
that you
the
said.
women, they lose track of that. That
Yeah.
that that could be a favorite book of theirs because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Definitely.
eradicate that.
They
I
gotta
mean there
focus on the
there is
story.
there is there. It's an adult
Yeah, yeah.
book. It's an adult book. But when you eradicate a lot of it, like there's some scenes and there's more psychological thriller, plot twists and whatnot, it allows people to be more enthralled in the story. Think, see what's gonna be page turner, what's gonna be next, what's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
next, da da da, who's gonna flip, who's gonna do, what's this gonna form? Every page is a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the scenes I loved. And then Dom is always dominant. You know what I'm saying? And it's like in those situations, having that character still come back to be true to who he is, um, it helps out everybody else.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you think about the scene of the cell phone. Maybe they didn't do nothing to him, but better safe than sorry. So if you're paranoid, it's like, oh, better safe than sorry because
Yeah.
it's a flip of a coin. We keep it, and then it's like brings it to attention. Why? Sophia is the one that's acting out.
Mm-hmm.
Astea has a confused look, staring at him flatly, but not saying anything. She's
Yeah.
confused, maybe waiting for an explanation. Sophia's bugging out. She's
Mm-hmm.
she's what this new modern era would say, like crashing out.
Yeah, crashing out.
I
She's a
don't
crash
use
out.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
use that term.
Me either.
But she be spazzing out,
Yeah.
right? And now he's explaining how confident is someone saying, "I'll see you soon,"
Mm-hmm.
when we're leaving. Like you don't have anybody following us. Specifically, you're saying to your guards, "Don't follow them. Let them
Yeah.
go." you
Yep. He makes sense.
know what I'm saying?
I like also the aspect that they have, I don't know how to say it without giving a lot away. They have like multiple people that are after them.
Oh yeah, that's good. Because remember in the beginning scene with the Russian on the
Right. So
phone.
when they get taken, he's like, did you do this? And he was like, and actually in that scene after they get taken, Sophia's the one who blurts out about what happened at the house in the opening scenes of the book. And Dom yells at her like, "What are you doing?" Maybe he didn't even know.
Mm,
And that's when you find out Heifer says that
we
wasn't us. I don't
that
know what you're
that's
talking
not our
about.
style.
Right.
Yep.
So now you're like, what is it? What's going
Yeah.
on? How many people
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
got going after them?
Yeah.
And Jesus, that
Yeah.
Sophia got her mouth on her.
Yeah.
That's why they
So
tape her mouth
so
shut.
so for the readers, you have to ask yourselves, are these two organizations working together?
Mhm.
Or are they like ops? Are
Mhm.
they enemies? You know what I'm saying? So that's what the readers would have to say. I love the club scene of Hefe, Dom, and someone else. I'm not gonna give that away. Um, they're talking business, and remember, Dom is observing everything. He's not in a comfortable position. So because he's not in a comfortable position, he can't enjoy himself. He can't have
Mhm.
fun. He's just thinking. He's
Mhm.
thinking how to get out of it. So beautiful women come in, thongs, lingerie, serving him things, right? And Hef is offering him, no, I'm good. You whatever y'all want, guys, booze, blah blah blah,
Mhm.
ladies, all yours. No, I'm good. Listen, you these lines, don't cross
Mhm.
them. That's
Mhm.
PG for YouTube, but they could read the book.
You see.
These lines, don't cross them.
Mhm.
All right, entiende, entiende, entiendo.
Mhm.
So like we get it, right? I understand, but at the end of the day, it's like he's observing, so he sees, so this dominant, ruthless dude who got me a vice grip on my balls, pause, is a little vulnerable.
Mm.
I see it. How? So he leaves. Sophia asks him, "Well, what happened? What did you get?
Right.
Information that, yeah, he's soft.
Mm.
What? Are you crazy? Like, did this happen? Didn't he do this? Da da da. Da. I don't want to give things away. Yeah, the bulls and the women tell him what to do.
Mm.
I know
Mhm.
how we gonna move,
I have an idea.
but it's not Hefe. Somebody else he's talking about. You see? So even Hefe, because
Diabolical.
remember, Hefe's like the host.
Mhm.
So he is still in control. He's not letting the booze,
Mhm.
the blah blah blah, and the ladies distract him. But somebody else there is
Is doing
because
that.
that's all they keep mentioning. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Mhm.
That's good. That's what I like. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So so when Dom is hearing that, he's like, retaining information. And yeah, soft. Not talking about his thing. Oh, are you crazy? Blah blah blah. The house. This is what
Right.
happened in that. Yeah, the booze and the women tell him what to do.
Mhm.
So in that regard, all right, you know where we gonna go.
um. What else was I gonna say about that? Uh.
So it's good. I like the bringing the characters back,
I,
Bill
that's
and Robert.
that's what I was gonna say.
Really,
Yes.
because remember, like this is what I had to learn, right? Um, Working with different bosses helped me to take a little bit from each of them. Whether she was a bitch, whether he was a dick. I only had two female bosses in my whole life. Um, Whether he was educating or the boss black man that taught me everything that the whites didn't,
Mm.
they took advantage. I learned from all of them, and this is what made me a great manager and boss.
Mm.
So once I learned things from them, the biggest thing I learned is a boss is as good as his employees.
Yep.
So when you have you have to have a team, right? And I knew that all these things coming at the same time,
Mhm.
it couldn't just be Dumb and Sophia. Like he knew that,
Mhm. He needed a team.
So we need to bring them back and whatever it is and have this going on. And I think the best thing was getting them involved again, bringing the characters back because they were introduced in
Mhm.
they were I think they were introduced in the
In the
first
first
book,
one, I think so. Yeah.
and then they had a lot more roles and scenes in the sequel,
Mhm.
and then
And now
to
this
top it
one.
off like in the third one. So I love that part. Of bringing the concept of that whole dinner table scene, and like
When
Dom
they're all.
has a map on
Mm-hmm.
the table mapped out. He's at the head of the table, and the quarterback,
Mm-hmm.
metaphorically, of the team that is dictating, putting everybody in position, you know?
Yeah, I like that. I like that part too. Because
So,
that while he was doing that though, because this is also I think that's the part where she snaps out of it, Sophia, because she was in a real funk throughout all of that. Of them, when Bill and all the other guys, when
mm,
everybody was trying to plan and stuff,
mm,
she was still out of it, which is still heartbreaking
mm.
in it.
Yeah, the goal was give the protagonist um major obstacles or an antagonist, right? And see how they were going to prevail.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing after the other kept happening. Bad
Yeah.
things. And the kids, and the mom.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, it's like we got Lisa, right? We got the kids, we got the mom. Yo, like I can't focus. I can't even think about this right now. Dom goes like this. He like moves his head to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Estrella knows what that means. He's kind of just like go console her. You see,
Mm-hmm.
that's like that Dom and sub dynamic that they have, where it's like like they could read each other
Mm-hmm.
without verbally saying stuff.
Yeah.
So when he like nugs his head like that, she knew right off the bat. All
What
right,
to do?
let me go console her. Let me go talk to her. Because what is he doing? He can't do two things at once or three things.
Right.
He's worrying about, yo, the map is here, blah 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 blah, and this. Like he has to now stop that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has their strengths in that one specific job, but they're looking for him to put them in those positions to dominate in that role.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bill can't run the team,
No.
Robert can't run the team, Sophia can't run the team, Estrella can't run the team. So um I think that it was a good scene. There's a lot of good scenes, but
Very good. You kidding
I
me?
I like those. I like how Hefe stays his ground. Dom gives him some pushback, and Hefe's, yeah. So you're gonna do that thing for me. You know, I never asked you. What if I just
Said
reject
no.
it?
Yeah.
What if I just say no? Oh, that's fine. You'll wake up one day and you know da 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 da, and then you'll see this. Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
You got it. Yeah.
So
That's funny. See, you have some really funny moments in there,
yeah,
and
so
a lot of people won't know that about you. That he's a freaking funny guy.
mm,
I
mm,
mean, the stuff
that's
in the
true.
book is hysterical, but
Uh,
also it's fun to see the different the
side.
difference between the relationships that he has with Estrella and then what he has with Sofia, because it's literally night and day. Like it's literally night and day. He's constantly fighting with Sophia, and then here comes Estrella to kind of smooth things out,
Mm.
which is it's a nice contrast. But also,
Like I like the scene where um they're arguing, and Estee is like trying to keep the peace. Oh, I made cupcake, and they both stare at her with like a dark stare.
yeah,
Oh, sorry,
she
this
does
is
that a
not.
lot because when they were kidnapped
Mm.
and Estrella and Dom are arguing again, she's
Oh, you
like,
mean Sophia?
Sophia, yeah. Estrella goes, maybe we should just work together, and they both look at her and they're like, shut up. She's like, okay. I'm just trying to be helpful. She's like, all right, I'm just gonna be quiet over here.
um, yeah, it's great. Like my books are fun.
They're very fun.
Fun.
I like to
They're
see
like an extension of me.
I like to see
Right?
the
They're
progression
interesting. They're
with each book with how you write because there's such a progression with it. Like
fun.
this has to be, first of all, like I said, the book with the least amount of sex. You know what I
Mm.
mean? And you're, I mean, the uh Daddy's World,
Discipline's world.
Discipline's World. My God.
Well, you know what? When I was writing these other books, I thought to myself, Discipline's world is a BDSM novel.
Yeah, crazy. It's
Duh.
like crazy.
Duh, from the beginning to end, it's sex. It's a
Yeah,
then when I started building these other books, I was like, it doesn't make sense
to
to
continue so much sex.
duplicate that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a sex book.
right. Right. But that's what I'm saying. But from that to, reading the vampire one, to reading this, and then not only that, but what we just, talked about, all those heavy scenes. And then to also incorporate comedy in it. Like you have parts that are freaking funny in there. So it's
a,
nice to see your
a
progression as an author.
a good film, a good book has all.
Mhm.
It has a little bit of drama. It has a little bit of thriller. It has a little bit of action pack. Maybe like cars, sports cars chasing or something like that.
Mhm.
It has with action pack. It has sex. It has comedy. It has some sadness.
Mhm.
Because it's all about touching the reader or the viewer's emotion.
Mm.
When a viewer is just watching the show like this for maybe the show's 45 minutes, maybe the show is an hour. They're watching for the whole time like this. Maybe popcorn. That was a boring episode.
Mm.
Like that was just bad acting. Terrible. Like where they get these people? Like there's just I mean, I know it's fiction, but try to make it a little real. Like what
Mm.
there's people that would feel like that versus same thing with the book.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's well written, great grammar, no grammatical errors, but god damn, like I don't feel nothing. Like, okay.
Right. You can't relate to it.
Now when you start reading, all of this stuff is power.
Mhm.
Words, what your visual, like all this stuff is power. So the emotions that you're touching in every way, hate,
Yeah.
love, sadness, thrill, arousal, like sexual arousal,
Mhm.
emotional arousal. Um, I want to put more context because when you say arousal, people just think it's
Sexual.
sexual.
Mhm.
Emotional arousal, mental arousal, like that woke me up. My second win. Oh my god! Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like the action packed or whatever. Oh, we live now. We live. Okay. I thought this was boring. We live. That was one of the reasons why in the beginning it's like action. A little bit of celebration, then the telephone. After that, hang up. Boom.
From the
It's like
beginning.
you know
From
what I'm
the
saying.
beginning.
Boom, right in the beginning. So it kind of just
At
grabs
every
them.
turn, practically. Because once you get out of that, it's like, boom, here's something else. Okay, I
Yeah,
gotta get my second
yeah,
win. You turn around and something
yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah,
So it was
yeah.
great.
So I love the the like alliances created. I love the new
Mm.
characters introduced and what they do.
Mhm.
Um, I love the fact that when you like you see Hefe and Dom going at it, and Dom's like he's determined to get away from underneath his thumb,
Mhm.
and he's just like I still got you there, you know. And he realizing like it comes to a point where he's realizing, damn, I'm not gonna be able to do that alone. Like I can't get under his thumb alone.
Mhm.
So I love that. I love creating the women in those positions of power, but also putting them in their place, like real shit. Because you could have men putting women in positions of power, and they're just dominating dude. Like because you see it all the time, which is like a feminist male mentality. You see it all the time. Like you see a 110-pound chick in a movie. What? She just threw a 250-pound dude. Like she's punching him and kicking him, and the dude is like really hurt. Like it's not believable to me. Like I see that, I'm like, come on,
Yeah.
like what are they doing? Like, you know. So you see it in a situation. where yeah, I put them in those positions of power because that's how women are in today.
Mhm.
But then you see me bring it back to tradition of having those guys
Yeah,
put them in their place, even in there. So
that's true.
I like doing that. And you know, there's even scenes with what I love. One of the most is the core character that is kind of like the engine to the car is Dulce.
Mm.
Like Jefe is the car, like Dulce is the engine
Mhm.
and the valves, and the pistons and the intake and all that, right? Um, and with her, she has integral part in that organization. So it's like coming down to how I make Sophia identify that, right? What could be the catalyst to getting the upper hand?
Mhm.
And how like Dom should really fear her. But
Dulce?
yeah,
Yeah.
but because there's history there, once again, the woman's emotions
Get in the way.
get in the way. So like she like you see a scene where she gets savage, and that's like it's almost like this, right? You never see a side of somebody. They tell you they're like that until shit hits the fan. Then it's like, damn, I know they told me, but I never seen it, so I didn't believe it. Out of sight, out of mind.
Mm.
So now there's a scene where I kind of bring that power back based off what she allows Dom to see.
Yeah.
So now that kind of puts him in a little bit of his place, a little bit of fear.
Mm.
Because right after that scene, she turns around submissively. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like literally insane.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, I just saw this
Right.
happen. And you're like, oh, you wanna go get a drink? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
That's a little
uh,
crazy.
oh, it's on me. What? Like,
Like, all
now
right,
now you're
crazy.
looking at it like, could that be turned on me? That's the scene
Mhm.
in that moment
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, I gotta remember who this person is.
Hmm.
So that's the scene that I created without without putting that into context. But in literary content, it's like Dom is like hugging her, staring over her in just a deep stare of worry because he's
Hmm.
thinking of what he just saw. You know what I'm saying, and how she's behaving. So
Mhm.
I'm putting it in context of, oh, he would that be turned on me?
Right.
So
They gotta really see
now,
how he's gonna move.
yeah. So now the power is kind of, but when shit hits the fan, Dom don't care about that because now he gets dominated with her.
Hmm. That's where his power is.
Yeah. So
And
like
that's and
it's
Sophia knows that. And that's why she told him to
yeah.
do what you gotta do.
Yep. 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 So I think women in those type of positions of power are just dangerous because if you could woo them, the rap.
He said, oh
They
man.
gon' they gonna let you slide. They gonna because you ruined them, so they gonna let you slide.
Mhm.
They gonna they're gonna forget what they gotta do. Like yo, Dom is the enemy.
Yeah.
She can't even remember that because why?
She wants
She
him.
in she's in a yeah she's what are you saying stars she's seeing
Oh,
stars,
yep.
butterflies or
Yep.
whatever. So it's almost like you're a ruthless, savage lieutenant, right? A flamboyant, business oriented,
Mhm.
and then this guy comes around.
And
Forget
you're
all
like a
about
little
that.
schoolgirl. Yep.
Yeah. So it's interesting. We're gonna get into the journey of this.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
that's why we got a part two
Yeah.
coming up.
Yep. 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 But it's so great. It's so great how I did it. Like I really impressed myself too.
Mm-hmm.
Impressed myself too. But to have to have little clues and stuff left
Yeah.
and then picked up,
Yeah, that's
it
cool.
was like the best thing to do because I had to figure out, and they're probably like, "What is he talking about? What is he
Yeah,
talking
how
about?"
to do that, right?
No,
Like,
not how to do it. I had to figure out how I was going to make a goal. So there's a scene where Dom and is with Estrella
mm-hmm.
in his sports car, and Sophia brings out her sports car, and they're like, "Yo, first, like they're gonna race.
Mm-hmm.
First one to this, whatever, gotta buy lunch or whatever it was,
Mm-hmm.
breakfast, lunch for everybody, right?" So Dom lets off the throttle. I mean, I'm giving them that away. Dom lets off the throttle and lets her win. And this is after the Lisa and
mm-hmm.
everything that happened. He lets off the throttle and lets her win. Estrella notices. Because you
Mm-hmm.
could feel it if you're sitting in the car.
Yeah.
Estrella notices. She turns to him quick, doesn't say anything, but she notices. And she stares straight ahead,
Straight.
smiling.
Mm.
Now, he does that chivalry and stuff like that to be courteous and everything she's going through, right? And he's like, "Oh, you gotta buy dinner. You gotta buy lunch." As they're having lunch, this is what he's saying what they could do. This is how I think we'll get out of the situation. This is how I think boom, boom, boom will happen where it won't even trace back to us and let them take care of it,
Mm.
right? So why putting in that scene of that dialogue, I had to now figure out how I was going to do it. That's why the
Mm.
clues and everything came into it because it has them line up.
Yeah.
It
That's what I'm
has them line
saying.
up.
How that wasn't hard to do? Like how
No,
you're
no,
saying put the clue here
because of my memory.
and then three,
No,
chapters
no,
later?
no, because of my memory. That's one of my greatest assets.
It
My
sure is.
mind. My mind is lethal. So because I remembered, okay, I said this in 10 pages ago. As I'm approaching the scene, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I said this after they raced and they had lunch and oh, so now it's easy because he already said it. So this is how I'm gonna make it happen so
Mm.
it can all connect the dots.
I
But
love
but but
reading
but
stuff
the
like that.
reality is, who is the core to start making that happen? Cause I gotta get in the door. Who's gonna help me get in the door
Mm.
first? Who?
Oh, what? Sophia.
No,
No.
Dulce.
Oh,
That's what Dom is thinking. Like I gotta get in the door
yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah.
Who's gonna help me get in the door?
But I feel like Sophia knew that before him.
Yeah, because of the woman
Yeah,
intuition.
yeah.
Like as I was saying, if a woman's trying to get you cheating, she got trauma and all that. She's gonna be paying attention to everything.
Her woman's intuition though kicks in also in that scene with Lisa because she comes saying there's nobody here. They gave us the wrong address or whatever because there's nobody here. I just and he was like, "Yeah, you're right. Let's go." And she was like, "What's going on? What's wrong with you?" Like she picked up on him acting funny from because he didn't want her to go into that room.
Yeah,
She was like,
yeah,
because as soon as he was like, "Yeah, you're right. Let's go," she was like, "Hell no! What the hell's going on?"
mm,
And she picked up on that.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So that was good.
yeah,
That
the
was
writing
good.
was very
I
good.
I did that. I did that subconsciously, but if you know the characters, and then Dom and Sophia obviously are married, high school sweethearts, right?
Mhm.
Um, if you see the characters, you're like, oh, she knows him.
Yeah.
But I did that subconsciously. But
Yeah.
if you know the characters, you're like, oh no, she knows something is wrong because if he's calculating, wait a minute. It's
Yeah.
it's almost like this is not what I even put in the book. But if I wanted to narrate, it'd be like, or even not even narrate, make a dialogue,
Right.
right? It would be like, no, you're calculating. You're methodical. You would have searched the whole spot. You barely moved from here. It would have been like that, but in the scene, it's like, oh yeah, nothing's here. Let's. You're right. You're right.
Right.
Nothing's just like you said right when we got in. Nothing's here. Let's go. Nah, 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 nah. Move, move, move. You
Yeah.
see? But if you're looking at the characters like you've known them through reading the
Mhm.
three books, you're
Mhm.
like, oh, she would say adding the dialogue of if it was like a deleted scene in a film. Oh, wait a minute. That's not like you.
Yeah.
You would have
She
scoped
actually
out the whole spot.
she actually does say those words though.
She does?
In the very beginning of the opening of the book app when they're celebrating, she's the one who brings up, remember when we took out the sports car? And then she starts telling Dom and Estrella that story. And he tells her, I don't remember what you said.
Mm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
she says, hell no. You're the most methodical guy and you're not gonna remember that? Hell no, you a liar.
Mm.
So she does actually say those words.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think this is your best work that you've done? Like writing?
That's a good question. Best work. I don't think it's fair to say because it's a different style.
Yeah, it's a different.
Like, is it my best work because of the story? Is it my best
Yeah,
work
let's
because of
go
the
with that.
writing style?
The story. No, because you're right. This is a very different writing style. So let's go. Do you think it's the best work with your story?
I think it's the best work with the story.
Yeah.
It's still not my favorite book out of the three of them. You know, but it's my best work of the story.
Mm.
Like when you see and when you read, because you'll see the images in your head, but when you read the literary content and you start to see how everything is linked together,
Yeah, that's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? Like you can't deny it. It's
Mhm.
undeniable. Like
Mhm.
I'm undeniable. Like you gotta give me my flowers.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't because even I impress myself. Like imagine that. Like how
Yeah.
outside people are gonna see.
Yeah.
Some people have told me like, "Oh my God, you're such a genius. Like you've written 7 books. Like they'll see that on the outside looking in, and I'm thinking to myself, like humbly telling them, no, like people who write books don't have to be geniuses
Mm.
because technically speaking, you have ghostwriters. Technically speaking, you have co-authors.
That's true.
So you know what I'm saying. So it's not.
But you
It's
didn't have any of those.
no, like I really did the work. Like
Yeah.
like I would have in my stories and stuff like that. I still got on my highlights in my Instagram on my highlights. Like they got those bubbles,
Oh, the reels?
those highlights. No, those
Oh, yeah,
circles.
yeah, yeah.
You have them in there where I'm like, look at these pages of notes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
I'm in the background. Look at these pages of notes.
Uh-huh.
This is me. You
Yep.
see it. You see it physically,
Yep.
manually. You know what I'm saying and stuff like that. So um. Yeah, but outside looking in is different, different beast. But even me, like I could say, it's a good question. Like it's the best story.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
it's the best story because of everything I put into place. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what makes it great. And the thing with me is why I think it makes it so great is you never saw it coming. Like that's a lot of things you're gonna say to yourself when you read it. I never saw that coming.
Yeah.
I never saw that coming.
Yep.
I never saw her doing that. I never saw him doing that. I never saw it coming. You know what I'm saying? Oh
Yeah.
my God, cliffhangers! That's why I feel like it's great.
That's what the question that I was asking you in the beginning. Was it hard to come up with all those? I never saw that coming. I never saw that coming. I didn't see this. Was it hard to come up with all those?
No,
That's awesome.
because I knew that's what I wanted to do.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I knew that's what I wanted to do. Um, to get to the end goal. You know what I'm saying? But as it is fiction, I had to make it as real as possible.
Mm.
Like you had to ask yourself, how did blah 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 organization find that?
Mm. Mm.
How did that? Because if you see a film, right? That's why the script is the best. The screenplay is the best because you can't put all that in the hour film, the 2 hour film.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like when you think about it, in some films they gotta cut out scenes. You know how
Mhm.
much
Yeah.
they record? No, no, no. We gotta. It's gonna take too much time. We don't
Yep.
got the budget, and we're renting this space. It's
That's
like
true.
if you think about it, mm, how did that person get to there? How did they find it? They talk to somebody, but they don't add that in the scene.
Mhm.
So I put everything in the book, everything, every detail. So when you get to that part, they're like, you as the reader is like, of course Dom knew that because he found that
Mhm.
over at the villa
Yep.
in DR or Colombia, Bogota. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Or he how did Sophia run into Dulce coming as she's getting out of her salon?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Telling all the girls bye. Like it's her salon. She just goes there to check. But she's coming out of there and then Dulce surprises her. How does that scene happen?
Mhm.
Well, how does it happen? It only happens because Dom's not in town.
Right.
But how does she know that's even where she's at? You see, so I have to make all of that
You have to
happen before.
lay the groundwork.
Yeah, so you're like, you as the reader is like, you're not even questioning it.
Yeah,
You're
no.
not questioning, oh, how did she know this is where she's at?
Mhm.
Or whatever it is, But now you're questioning it in regards to, would she have done that if Dom was in town?
Right. Exactly.
So it's so good. Um, it's so good and it's so real. I mean,
So real.
I catch some shows kind of, you
Mimicking?
know,
Mm.
you know. I mean, one of the books I did a idea copyright for, but I catch some shows
Oh
doing it.
wow,
It's not flattering to me.
it's
Like,
not?
cut me a check.
Oh, yeah, that would be more
You
flattering.
know what I'm saying? It's not flattering. Like, it's not gonna be like, oh, let's get his attention, but
Yeah.
no, it's not.
No.
It's corny. Like I came up with that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm not even boasting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
like
Because
fair
I
is
don't I
fair.
don't believe in I don't believe in coincidences.
Mm.
You see things on Netflix, 365, and
Yeah.
I'll call them out. You know what I'm saying? Like way
Okay.
before that. Like I was in Hollywood in 2018.
Yeah.
So that shit gonna come out in what, 2020? 2021? Come on. Come
Yeah.
on. I was the first one coming up with that type of concept.
Yeah.
So but it's all good. My time will come.
It sure will. Especially with books like these, my goodness.
Yeah. All
But
right.
so this was part one. We have part two coming up because we can't just fit all of the magnificence that's in this book in just an hour and a half.
Yeah,
So
we would be rushing.
and we don't want to do
And
that.
number two, we wouldn't touch on everything.
Exactly.
So I think because we just did this in this week, you know what I'm saying? Because we posted it like we posted it this week, and it was this week. Um, we're giving them a week. This is a busy time for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving is coming up, Black Friday and all that. So we will resume first week of December. That also gives them time to read the book.
Yeah.
So the second time around, December, when we come back for the part two, we're gonna have some spoilers. Not gonna be crazy, but we're gonna have some spoilers because um I feel like it will be cool to get into those scenes that
Mm-hmm.
you really like without having the fear of giving
Too
all
much away.
away,
Yeah.
but you're giving some.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
agree.
saying? So the book's been out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna read it. So if they read it, like nobody can be mad at me because
Mm-hmm.
I'm spoiling whatever
And if you don't want to wait for the actual physical form, we
electronic
yep
version,
on Kindle
Kindle, and
and Nook. I'm like on
mm,
what? Yeah.
yeah. I
You could
mean,
get it. You could read it off your phone, people.
yeah. Most people have 2 day, 3 day
Mm-hmm.
shipping. Some people have Amazon Prime. They'll get it the same
I
day.
mean, if you get the the physical form, there are pictures that I definitely want to touch on the pictures, with on the part two, but fantastic. The pictures. I would get the book, but if you don't want to, we get it too.
It's
Get
crazy. I
the
had I had a whole vision of the book, how it was gonna be, and then like the photo shoot to kind of like style
Mm-hmm.
that and everything.
Yeah.
So I had everything ahead. I'm a ahead plan.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us, and
You were tuned in to the Dispensary Podcast. Peace.
peace.